you're seeing the New York Liberty doing everything they can. Doing everything they can to at least make it seem like they at least want Caitlin Clark.
Ever notice how the Liberty keep popping up next to Caitlin Clark? Courtside giggles, backhaul selfies, even their head coach giving her the "we've got a spot for you" grin. Yeah, that's not coincidence. It's a full court press on the biggest name in women's hoops, and Indiana might already be late on the defensive rotation. Stick around. The next minutes could predict the trade story of the decade. By the time we're done, you'll know why New York is obsessed with Clark, the single salary cap quirk that makes a move possible, and the domino that could topple the Fever's entire rebuild.
I think it's safe to say that the Liberty are currently running the full court press to try to get Caitlin Clark.
Quick poll before we dive. Where is Caitlin playing in 2026? The Circle City or the city that never sleeps? Slam a like for Gotham Green, drop a fire emoji in the comments if you think she's Hoosier for life. All right, clock's ticking, let's rewind to the weekend everything changed. Picture Indianapolis All-Star chaos. Cameras everywhere, neon lights, every superstar angling for clout, yet one IG post hogs the algorithm. Sabrina Ionescu, seated in the Fever locker room shoulder to shoulder with Clark. Clark replies, "Looking real natural in that locker room." 14 words, 2 smiley emojis, and Twitter cooks hotter than Waffle House at 2 a.m.
Many people are insinuating that Caitlin Clark could potentially be recruiting her to Indy too, based off this comment right here, looking real natural in the locker room. I don't think Caitlin Clark's recruiting her. I believe that Caitlin Clark is definitely getting recruited, bro. Sabrina Ionescu is the A side. Look, whenever you're the A side in an argument, you don't have to go to the B side. Sabrina Ionescu already won a championship in New York. She already have proven herself in New York. There's no reason whatsoever for her to come to Indy, bro.
But that comment wasn't a meteor, it was the tail of a comet we'd been ignoring. All day, Sabrina and Caitlin were inseparable. Joint warm-ups, synchronized jumpers for B-roll, and that viral save where Sabrina dives to deflect a loose ball heading for Clark's ankle. You could almost hear Liberty fans whisper, "Recruit her," while Fever fans clutch their souvenir programs. Add one more breadcrumb. Before the team photo, Sabrina gives up her front row seat for Clark. Tiny gesture, massive symbolism. In pro sports, respect is currency. Sabrina just handed Clark a blank check.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're good friends. Like, I've been able to talk to her a lot kind of through this, process. And honestly, I've kind of went through something similar in my career. I mean, my first year I didn't play due to injury. And then second year I had like 3 to 4 soft tissue injuries that I was dealing with. And it's kind of, you look back and it's a blessing in disguise because you're able to just learn and grow and, understand it's all part of your journey. And you just got to, continue to figure out what you need in a pro career. And so, just trying to be that kind of soundboard for her and that voice, having gone through something kind of similar. And, knowing obviously it's really unfortunate that we don't have her, but, she means a lot more to the game than just showing up and playing. And I think you're able to see that with just the excitement in Indy right now, regardless of if she's playing or not.
Ionescu isn't playing nice for the cameras. She's a national champion, 2-time All-WNBA, and owner of Nike's first women's specific signature shoe line. She doesn't need headlines. She prints them. When a star like that defers, it's deliberate. Flashback to June. Clark torches the Liberty for 32, splashing 3 straight logo bombs. Post-game, Sabrina doesn't shade, doesn't deflect. She calls Clark great for the league. Translation, I'm not threatened, I'm plotting. Legends ally themselves with other legends because legacy outlives stat sheet.
Obviously, she has great range and her ability to get her shot off is really impressive, especially with missing some games. And so obviously on a personal level, I'm really happy to see her back out on the court, healthy, feeling good, because obviously it's important for them. But just for her, I'm happy she's back.
Here's where it gets deliciously messy. The W's new TV deal is set to inflate the cap. Clark is glued to a rookie contract, cheap for 2 more seasons. Meanwhile, Sabrina becomes an unrestricted free agent at season's end. That overlap is rarer than front-row Super Bowl seats. Indiana could, in theory, snag Ionescu for max money while still affording depth. Picture it. The Splash Sisters 20 feet from the cornfields. Marketers drool, broadcasters renegotiate, and Nike throws a party on Monument Circle. Simple, right? Except, New York has pockets deeper than the Hudson in a recent title banner. Even if they're strapped at the cap, stars have taken haircuts to chase rings since forever. Plus, Sabrina's endorsements dwarf any salary hit. When you're already paid by Rolex and DoorDash, ring grays.
You know, the full court press is on. Because again, inseparable from Sabrina the whole weekend, Sandy Brondolo. The stuff that Sandy Brondolo has been saying towards Caitlin Clark, it has been big.
Let's play the optimist. Indiana calls her agent day one of free agency. Basketball fit? Chef's kiss. Clark and Ionescu stretch defenses past reason. Aaliyah Boston cleans glass and feasts inside. Three-headed monster, instant contender. Marketing? Off the charts. Remember Sophie Cunningham's follower boom after one viral Clark post? Multiply that by 10 when the league's 2 headline generators share every highlight. Risk? Only for Sabrina. She'd leave the sure thing liberty for an up-and-coming roster, bet on fever management to upgrade coaching and depth, and trust Indiana's small market microscope. For someone raised on Bay Area buzz and now starring under Manhattan lights, that's a culture shock. Drop Indy Dynasty in chat if you'd make that leap.
Now, I'm telling you right now, a lot of Indiana Fever fans is not happy with all of this. Typically, these are the people that's from Indy, which I respect that. I respect their opinions. They're not happy entertaining these little woes they're having all over the internet with none other than Sabrina and Caitlin. Well, I'm here to tell you, they gonna have to keep entertaining it.
Now the spicy take. You've seen the photos. Private hallway at Barclays, Clark chatting with Breanna Stewart, Sabrina, Sandy Brondello, and, oh look, Caitlin's agent, Aaron Kane, just hanging out. The Fever brushed it off as all-star logistics. I call it Act 1 of a heist film.
We got Sabrina, we got the agent, we got Stewie, we got Caitlin Clark looking like I ain't seen her this happy all year. Right here. I ain't seen her. And look at Sandy. Sandy's grinning with her hand on Caitlin's shoulder.
Reality check. Clark is under contract through 2026 with a team option for 27. Indiana holds the cards, unless Clark folds the table. Superstars force trades all the time. Anthony Davis, Elena Del Don, Kevin Durant, and those players didn't multiply their franchise value like Clark has Indiana's. If she applies pressure, publicly or privately, front offices listen. Why would she? Protection has been soft, rotations chaotic, and every hard foul whispers, "Do you trust this franchise with your knees?" Meanwhile, Sandy Brondello claps for Clark's step-back threes, Liberty social media posts or highlights, and the MSG ownership group salivates over jersey sales to Iowa grads flooding Manhattan. Picture that first Sunday matinee in Brooklyn. Clark, Ionescu, Stewart, Jones, a super team that instantly breaks attendance records in a league already rocketing upward. The Fever get draft picks, sure, but you can't refund cultural momentum. Sound impossible? Hockey fans once said Wayne Gretzky would never leave Edmonton. History laughs at never.
Coach, obviously, Caitlin Clark out of the game, but she's expressed her desire to help you out. From the coaching perspective, have you gotten anything about maybe her traits as a coach?
Yeah, not yet. No, obviously unfortunate about Caitlin's not into this game, but she's going to still have a great impact on this team. I will give the coaching hat to her as much as she wants, to be quite honest. So, we're going to play around with it a little bit. It'll be fun to, I think you've seen it with the Fever. She's been very active on the sideline when she wasn't playing, so we'll utilize that as well.
Let's be fair. Fever brass aren't asleep. They're overwhelmed. Ticket demand tripled, national broadcast quadrupled, and every roster decision gets dissected on ESPN and TikTok. But so far, questionable vet signings, mid-season rotation churn, and a rookie head coach learning on the fly, momentum can turn to mayhem quick. Franchise president Kelly Krauskopf told Forbes she wants to build a brand like Apple, innovative, customer-obsessed. Cool vision, but Apple's magic is usability. Right now, Clark's operating system is glitchy. Screens don't arrive, bigs clog the lane, spacing evaporates. Fix it, or the product launches somewhere else.
But This is how it starts in sports. This is how it starts in the NFL. This is how it starts in the NBA. When you start seeing the wheels in motion, there's signs. There's signs before eventually a player gets traded. A player eventually marks their next destination.
Indiana doesn't have to be New York. It just has to be competent. Because if Clark even sniffs a ring in another jersey before the Fever sniff the second round, the calls to her agent get longer. The Liberty's DMs get friendlier. And Pacers fans might become collateral damage.
She's the biggest sports star in basketball. One could argue, okay, LeBron's hanging around. If you want to say LeBron, fine. Steph, okay, she's in the top 3 with Steph and LeBron and in the WNBA. You better take a drone. I mean, you better pull back from 50,000 feet and see all the picture of what's going on right now.
Circle these dates. July 1st, formal free agency talks. August, USA basketball trading camp, watch who bunkmates with who. October, WNBA CBA negotiations, aka nuclear option time. If charter flights, revenue share, or expansion money change, so do player priorities. Best case for Indiana? Land Sabrina now, extend Clark early, and dare the rest of the league to keep up. Worst case? Whiff on every big name, start year 3 still a 500 team, and give Clark 2 long seasons to wonder whether Broadway lights fit her better than cornfield sunsets. All right, crystal ball moment. I'm wagering 70% that Clark and Ionescu share a jersey by 2026. Could be in Hoosier Red, could be Liberty Seafoam, maybe even Bay Area Gold if Golden State snags an expansion bid. Wherever it lands, the WNBA's version of Splash Brothers will redefine the sport, rewrite endorsement spreadsheets, and force every GM to pick up the pace. Or pop her out. Your turn. Predict the city and the year in the chat. Bonus points if you include the coach who hoists the trophy first. I'll pin the boldest take. If you're new here, hit subscribe. We break down every big move before it hits the ticker. Next up on the screen, tap into how Clark shattered college hoops, or go deeper with Inside New York's Super Team Blueprint. Either way, buckle up. This league's rocket ship is just clearing the tower. I'm out. See you courtside.